you ain't a gangster unless you get the video done by my nephew, dog.
What's up, y'all? This is Illusionary Films. I'm right here with BoDene Mix. So, how did you meet the FBG crew?
Man, I met Duck. I used to have a studio in Roselle. We used to have a little dope ass studio in the strip club. So my homie Smoke Dollars, Murph Dilly, and Boss Blaze. I don't know if you know who Boss Blaze is, but yeah, bro, we all had a studio together. They had one room, I had the other room. So man, one day I was just out there chilling, and Duck, Billy, and Blaze was shooting a video.
Right.
And I linked up with Duck, and me and Duck was always cool, and I fucked with Mikey Dollars too. So all of us was all cool, and I ended up linking up with Duck, and Duck ended up coming to my West Side studio and shooting one of his videos, and me and him just was locked in ever since.
Right. Around what year did you meet him?
Man, I want to say I met Duck like 2014, 2015.
Oh, so like the beginning of the drill era?
Yeah, it was like right in the beginning of the drill era, because I was fucking with Paris Bueller at the time too. I was originally working with Bandcamp. And that's how we all locked. Like, man, I was just locked in. Like, me and Duck, we automatically locked in on some cool shit. We were just locked in from there on out.
Right. So, are you like the only Latino in the crew?
Yeah. As far as music wise, like we got one of our homies, but he really just be around kicking it. But as far as like music wise, yeah.
Right.
I'm the only one doing it on the rapping, engineering.
So, how did you come up with the BoDene name?
Man. So if you see, this about to let my age show a little bit, man. So if you from Chicago, man, you know when a motherfucker say you BoDene. I mean, you did some bogus shit. Like, you did some wild bogus shit. Motherfucker be like, that, you BoDene as hell. So I have a cousin. I got a cousin, like, he's step cousin. His name's Lil Letho. And we were doing a song, and I had said some wild shit. I said something about choking a bitch with a sheet or some wild shit. He like, damn, bro, you BoDene as hell. And at the time, I didn't have a rap name. I was like, yeah, I like that. I'm for the BoDene. And he was like, man, he's like, what you mean? So that's how I came up with it. I like BODENE. So it emphasizes the BoDene. Like, and from there on out, that shit just stuck with me.
Right. This Lil Little artist too?
Yeah.
Right.
He from Humble Park.
He's a Spanish one?
Yeah.
Right. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's my stepcousin. My mama was married to his uncle.
Right. That's cool. Fucking. So, you grew up in Humble Park then, or like out south, like
I'm more cool out south. I fuck with a little bit of everybody, but you know, there's certain places I stay away from. And that's because motherfuckers just be on their own type of time.
So, like, what area of Chicago, are you from?
Well, man, I originally grew up in the Belmont-Cragen area, but everybody knows I'm from St. Lawrence. I'm right there with Duck and Cash, and then Cash is the one that brought me on St. Lawrence.
Right. So, how did you? I mean, you met Cash the Duck then, right?
Yeah. Cash started fucking with me because he didn't like that I was working with Butter. And he was like, Butter ain't no rapper, folks. He's like, we finna pull up. And him and Young pulled up. Me and Cash, like, man, locked in right away. Right. And me and Cash was on the road, so like we was going so hard. Cash called me like, man, you want to be FBG? What the fuck? Like, what you mean? He like, do you want to be FBG? Like, nigga, put the FBG in your name. He like, just lock in. Well, all of us just go. I got this campaign going. I need you on the team before we gonna take off. And man, I already knew what type of time Cash on. Like, Cash already showed me a blueprint of how we was gonna do it, how he was gonna take off, and from there on up. I said, come on, let's do it. I put the FBG on my name, signed with Cash and Young, and been locked in ever since.
Right. And when was this?
Man, this was 2019.
2019? Right, RP Cash.
Yeah, long live my brother, man.
So, were you a rapper or producer first?
I was a rapper first.
And how did you get into the rap game?
Man, I got into the rap game through Do or Die.
Do or Die?
Yeah, my uncle Johnny P.
Right.
Like, do you want to rap? That Johnny P, that's my uncle. Like, so I started working with him, but I also was fucking with Center Road from Gangbang City, long live Center Road. So Center Road started bringing me around Do or Die more, and they started seeing that the music I was doing. And B-Lo always said, man, I fuck with your hustle. And I signed to Po House with his rap group, Po House Entertainment. And
right.
Johnny, as soon as I did that, Johnny P took me on my first tour, and from there on I was like, damn, I'm finna start doing this auto-tune shit. And this was before the auto-tune shit was taking off.
Right. Gangbang City, that's basically like Gangsta Boogie.
Yeah,
right?
Gangsta Boogie.
You ever met Gangsta Boogie?
I beat his motherfucking ass.
What happened right there?
Cause man, he was woofing. Him and Cinero were beefing with each other. And I was just trolling his live the other night on TikTok. And motherfucker, him and Cinero were into it, and he said some crazy ass shit. We was in Waukegan. We was at a fucking currency exchange. And he said some shit, and I seen Cinero take it off and shit to find, man, hold on. Bow, fuck that, you taking too long. Let's get this shit cracking. And me and Cinero just started whooping him in the fucking currency exchange.
So that's crazy as hell.
Yeah, me and Cinero whooped his ass. AWOL sin's the only reason why we ain't fuck him up anymore, because AWOL was trying to break that shit up.
Right. So, I mean, at one point, they were working together, though, before they started beefing?
Yeah, that was cool. They used to be cool, I think. My bad. They was cool, and I think they was beefing over some bread over one of them Gangbang City tapes or some shit. Like, Boogie owed sent us some bread or some goofy ass shit. And we just so happened to bump heads with them in Waukegan.
Right. So back in 2020, you know, we had the whole riots, the George Floyd situation.
Hell yeah, that was a great time.
You know, we had a little situation where it was like black people versus Mexican people, and you know, it was all, especially like out west, down south, like southwest, like little village area.
Yeah.
Was that a confusing time for like FBG members? Because I remember Duck made a video talking about everybody go to war against little village.
Yeah, but I think at that time there was a lot of confusion going on too, because the media broadcasted that whole situation in a bad light, because it too wrong. I'm not gonna say there was nobody that was wrong or nobody that was right in that situation, but I think the way the media portrayed it was to encourage that.
Right.
I think the media wanted to encourage a civil war through the city just to break up the riot, not thinking it was gonna get to that. But when I talked to Duck on that, like, me and Duck always makes Mexican jokes towards me. Like him and Dutchy always had Mexican jokes towards me. But I'm Panamanian.
Right.
You feel me? So like I told him I felt like that whole thing was a whole misunderstanding. And I think Duck was more mad about the pregnant lady getting stabbed. It wasn't even over no color shit.
That was actually false. But you know, the thing is, Duck's not
like
racist.
I said, that's
Duck loves Mexicans.
That's what I'm saying. And not only that though, them people were protecting their business.
Right.
Everybody was. It was a fucked up time. Everybody's protecting their business. Everybody's trying to keep their businesses from getting hit. And people were doing, cause man, I was outside for that. Like I seen it from up north to out west. Like
it was happening up
physically. Hell yeah, it was all over the city. The whole city was going crazy over that. Like I'm telling you, like I lost one of my homies during the riots that weekend, man. I lived my brother Boo Boo. He got killed in Cicero. And we was all riding, like we was following behind each other, but we got separated in traffic. And he got killed during that shit. Like, and man, it was, to me, I feel like the media portrayed a race war that never needed to happen. Like you said, there was a lot of false information on that whole situation.
Right.
So I feel like the media put that out there for it to kick off the way it did.
Oh, I get you. So another question I had is, what's the difference between like the north side and the south side? You know, since you be around both sides.
The culture.
The culture. The
culture is different. Like you go to little village, like everywhere in the city, because man, we in Chicago, we the biggest segregated city in the world.
Right.
But anywhere you go throughout the city, you're gonna see the different culture. Like you go up north by Devon, it's a little Pakistan, a little Afghanistan, it's all
Indians,
like you all that type of stuff. You go Humboldt Park, all Puerto Rican food, all shit, even certain parts of Albany Park, it's Cuban food, Colombian food. Like, it's the culture. Like, each neighborhood got their own culture and their own ways of like how like just the upbringing. So I feel like that's what makes Chicago an even better place. Like, you get to see different races and different cultures all together.
Right. So what's some good food out here? Man,
to be honest, we can't forget So Uncle Remus is always good, but Uncle Remus' sauce is falling off. So I fuck with Harold's. You can't forget pumpkins and Maywood. What else?
Oh shit, I had that actually.
Yeah.
It's right there, like it's like it got the little orange sign.
Yeah.
Right, I know what you're talking about.
Fire as hell and good on the prices too.
True.
What else? We got Alfaro's over there in Riverside. That's you trying to get you some late night food. I would say go to the one in Summit, but you gotta be careful because you might run into a bunch of rammers outside and just have to pull off. But the taco trucks in Little Village fire as hell too if you could get to those safely. Right. Where else? You can't forget all the Puerto Rican spots all throughout Humboldt Park, especially the one right there on Fullerton and Kimball. Like, man, Chicago got so much good food. Like, when I moved away from Chicago, I realized how fucking spoiled we are with our food, bro. Cause I was living like I said, I'm living like 3 hours away. It's all Caucasian food. Like,
and you said you were staying in Peoria, right?
I was staying in a town called Galesburg. It's like right outside of Peoria.
Right. How's the culture right there compared to like Chicago?
Man, that is definitely one Trump state for real. Like it's country. It's super country out there. And I'm not talking about like cowboy country. That's like hillbilly redneck country. Like it's crazy. It's definitely a place you gotta at least experience once, so you know not to go back.
So you said you were signed to Cash. How close were you?
Cash is my daughter's godfather.
Oh, the godfather?
Yeah, that's my daughter's godfather. My daughter Leilani, that's her godfather. So, but yeah, that was my brother. He damn near lived in my house. Like, he was there every day. Me and him was in the studio every day. We was taking, like, bro, that was my dog. We were taking trips together, all type of shit. Like, yeah, man, Cash was definitely a good one, bro. Cash always wanted to make sure anybody around him was taken care of, bro. Like, he looked out for the kids. He looked out for family. Cash is just one of them, bro. Like, we'll never have another legend like that.
So, since you're part of FBG, have you ever felt like you had to choose sides between, you know, beefs and stuff like that?
Yeah, hell yeah, easily. Like this whole shit with the O. I always have my beef with the BDs was always from out west, cause I've always had beef with the BDs from out there. But that shit, like, people knew.
Sorry.
Oh, he went to go get his girl from the laundromat.
Okay.
But like, man, you know, when you got that on your name, just from all the shit that Von put out with the whole "we not from 63rd" and all that, like, when people hear that you even affiliated with that side, it automatic tension. So like, I knew what I signed up for, and I was cool with that.
Right.
Like, everybody knows FBG's been blackballed forever, bro. Ain't nobody want to see nobody from it. That's why Duck wasn't able to get past where he was at, and Duck should have been there. Duck should have been there where Dirk and all them at. So it's like, FBG's been blackballed, and I've always been one for the underdogs, and I never left my brothers hanging. So
you ever feel like, because I remember Duck did a song with 21 Savage.
Yeah.
And then it's like he stopped working with Duck, right?
Yeah.
You think that's because of the blackball?
That's the influence. Dirk has a big ass influence in the scene. Like, he influenced, like, bro, me and Jeremiah used to be really close. And when I started messing with FBG, like, I separated from a lot of people that followed that influence. And that, you know, that's just what comes with this shit, though. And like, man, I feel like that's what makes us work and go so hard. I feel like that's why it pushes us to go as hard as we do, and they can't help but to see us.
Right. So, what's the biggest song you produced so far?
The biggest song I produced, Cash is Back Again.
Back Again?
Yeah.
How many views does it got as of right
I think
now?
that shit like 4.1 mil or some shit like that. And Jeremiah's OUR.
Right.
I'm a co-engineer on that. I did the recording, I did a slight mixing, and then the label did the mastering and shit like that.
How does it feel working with the label?
It's different. They definitely, the label, I want to encourage anybody that's doing this, man, make sure you read your paperwork. Do not fall off and not read your paperwork, because there'll be little shit that the labels will notice you're not paying attention to, and they'll get over on it quick as hell. So my best advice is make sure you always read your paperwork correctly.
Alright, so since earlier they were talking about that they told you not to work with Butler, right? Is there any beef between you and Butler as of right now?
I wouldn't say there's beef. I just ain't fucking with him. I don't like the shit he doing. It ain't even no picking sides between him and Young and like that. And I rock with Young. Like, Young my blood to me. But I just don't like the goofy ass shit he's saying. I don't like the dumb internet clout shit he doing. Like, bro, you don't care who you bringing down with you, bro, and you doing this shit all for what? You want to take care of your family? Take care of your family, gang. Do that shit. But the motherfuckers who still outside and still got to do that, nigga, you pushing peace, push peace. Do your shit. But all this shit that going on between you and Young, that's the last thing motherfuckers need to see, is that there's internal shit going on. We got so much other shit going on that making us bigger and y'all think beefing with each other is gonna help, and Butter saying the stupid shit like, "Fuck, say whatever you want. Stop bringing up Cash and this shit." When it comes down to it, bro, everybody knows stop bringing up my brother, folk. Like, I'm not finna play that. I don't care who you is, what you got going on. When it come to Cash, bro, I do not play about Cash. And you feel me? Especially when you just was down there talking about how you squash your beef with Cash and y'all had no issues, but you want to come out young over something. Like, bro, stop doing that. That shit wild. And you just bringing on more heat that you don't need, bro. Like, sit your ass down already. Do some more interviews, get your money and take care of your family. And just chill.
Right. So, as a member of FBG, how did you feel when Duck passed away?
That hurt. That one fucked me up because I was on my daughter's birthday.
Right.
Like, I was leaving my daughter's birthday party and we was all supposed to link up that day. I believe we was finna link up at my studio. We were gonna go to another one, but I was supposed to link up with Duck that night, and we were all supposed to go to the studio. And I was leaving my daughter's birthday party when I got that call, and I just looked at my phone and I seen it all on the internet. Like, damn, this really just happened right now. To be honest, I thought Duck was gonna make it. When I seen he was still moving and the ambulance was like, I was like, all right, cool, Duck gonna be all right. He gonna survive this one. He gonna make another hit. But when I seen he passed, I was like, damn. That shit was crazy. Like, that fucked me up.
So you think, you know, his death like impacted the whole city?
Yeah, hell yeah. Shit. Even the police were putting out things like, be careful with gang mentality. Like, that shit fucked up the whole city. Like, it fucked up the movement. Cause ain't nobody want to keep hearing them other guys all the time. Like, this, it all started with motherfuckers dissing. So I feel like that right there, it definitely caused a lot of picking sides when Duck got killed, and then when Von got killed, I feel like that's what made it worse too, because now everybody started picking their side.
Right. You think the beef between Von and Duck was as big as like Tupac and Biggie, but for the city of Chicago?
Bigger. This FBG and this FBG and BD, like, it's bigger than Tupac and Biggie. Like, we even said the Cash was one of this shit bigger than Pac, and this shit bigger than Biggie and Pac. Cause I think they lost one person, we've lost multiple.
Right.
People are dying every day in Chicago. Biggie and Pac were just two rappers that ended up getting killed. We done lost 3-4 rappers each side.
Yeah, you lost. Well, yeah, you lost. A whole lot. Not just that side, but the whole city.
Right.
It's just war after war.
Right. We living in a war state. Like. Mm-hmm. Chicago is a war. Like, man, we living like we in Afghanistan for real. And the way Chicago's set up fucked up. Like, you either ride with your gun and get caught, or you get caught without your gun and not make it home. Like, and the way the city and the county got it all set up, like, they gonna get your bread and you gotta sit down and do your time regardless. So Chicago's set up for failure. Even the way you got the parking system in Chicago will set you up for failure. Like, Chicago is set up for failure. If you can make it past Chicago, I want to say, if you can make it past Chicago past 25, then shit, you can make it anywhere. You did something bigger, because a lot of people cannot make it out of Chicago like that.
Right. So not that both Von and Duck had passed away, how you think it affects the city? As the music scene. Man,
that made everybody turn their killer up. Everybody became killers then. Everybody started picking their sides. Everybody wanted to be like Von over there. Everybody naming each other after fucking grown men in the O, and 63rd is always gonna be 63rd. So, like. But
do you feel like like the music scene's kind of dying out in Chicago?
The drill scene's gonna die out regardless.
Right.
The drill scene's gonna eventually come to an end. We got too many different styles of rappers coming out, and eventually the police motherfuckers going to jail over this shit. We got motherfuckers in Atlanta having their music used against them in court. Like, that drill shit finna come to an end. Motherfuckers better start figuring out what they gonna do now, cause I give it like maybe another year and a half, and this whole drill shit finna die. And then especially with everything New York doing, New York done made their own shit. Everybody getting tired of hearing them yelling too.
Right. So what's your opinion on the Latino side of the hip hop?
Man, I feel like we stick together a lot more, but the secret animosity should be weird, and I feel like we could do a lot more because we're not seen enough.
Right.
And I feel like we're not seen enough because everybody's scared that they're gonna have to pick a side, and they want to be. Everybody's so set on they want to be different. They want to be so different that they fail to realize that you have to fit into a certain level to make your music sell. Like we no longer, when you doing this music shit, man, and it turns into a job, it's no longer about what we want. It's what the people want.
Right. So as a Latino, do you feel like it's harder for the Latinos in Chicago to come up?
Hell yeah. Right. We're like the next thing to white rappers.
Right. Because if you pay attention, other states and cities, they're able to get signed and everything, but not too many in Chicago are getting the sign.
Facts.
But besides that, that's basically everything I got for the interview.
Alright.
Shout out BoDene.
Man, shout out Legendary Films, man. Y'all better get up with bro. He making a difference in the city. Showing sides that people need to see, because it's more than just the west side and the south side.